Beyond Meat Company's executive was arrested for biting a man's nose. This took place in Arkansas. A food company executive for Beyond Meat, which is an anti-meat company. It's a non-meat, although it has meat in the title. Very confusing. This guy was arrested on a pair of charges after he bit a man's nose in a parking garage in Fayetteville. His name is Doug Ramsey. He's 53 years old. He's the COO of Beyond Meat, and he was arrested on charges of terroristic threatening and third-degree battery. According to the report, the incident happened at a parking garage near Razorback Stadium following Arkansas's victory over Missouri State. At 10 p.m., a police officer was dispatched for a disturbance in the parking garage. Two males with bloody faces were found at the scene. The police officer spoke with both parties and a witness and determined that Mr. Ramsey was allegedly in the traffic lane of the structure, attempting to leave when a Subaru got in front of his Bronco. Ramsey got out of the vehicle and allegedly punched through the back windshield of the Subaru. That's pretty wild behavior from someone who is, I imagine, a vegan. Vegans don't really act like this, do they? They're usually pretty docile. I think a lack of meat in your diet will calm down some of your aggression. I'm saying that from personal experience. I tried to go vegetarian for a little while, and I lost all my strength. I couldn't throw a punch if I tried. So this is pretty surprising behavior. But perhaps this guy is a meat eater. In general, he bit someone's nose off, practically. So yeah, maybe. It says the owner of the Subaru stated that this guy pulled him in close and started punching his body. My goodness. Ramsey then bit the owner's nose off. The owner of the car that he was displeased with bit the owner's nose, ripped the flesh on the tip of the nose, ripped it right off. This is horrible. The victim and the witness also reported hearing Ramsey threatened to kill the owner of the Subaru. Occupants of both vehicles had to get out and help the situation, and Ramsey was arrested and booked into the county jail. Beyond Meat was reached out for comment, but they did not have a response because they're not prepared for this kind of stuff. The PR person would never imagine that an executive would bite the flesh off a human being in a drunken argument in a parking deck, I'd imagine. It's very silly. And this story is just, not only is it weird, it's just filled with so much irony that an executive of Beyond Meat is biting off the meat of a person's face. I mean, I guess he'd gone long enough without meat and was like, you know what? I really need a steak. I'm dying for a burger. Just went to a football game. It's like, oh man. Looking at those sausages and hot dogs and trying to control himself. Then eventually had enough booze. Someone pissed him off, and that nose just looked really tasty, really enticing. He's like, this might be the meat that I'm looking for.